First home. I know in Australia there's a couple of government grants that you can apply, like first home buyers, and I think there's another one if a property is new or is being built. Should you do that? Should you just go and buy a property that's going to be investment? Can you expand a little bit on this? Because obviously I don't have the knowledge that you have, but I understand that there's kind of like a couple ways to go about it. But if you go the investment property route, you don't get access to those grants or you have some limitations. Can you speak on that?
You're so good at this. You just blow my mind away. So short answer of it is do whatever you need to do to get your foot in the door for the first property. That's my answer. The way that I look at the government grants is they are a last resort to get your foot in the door. If you are somebody where your savings rate, let's just say my left hand is the rate of which property is going up and my right hand is the rate of your savings account. Let's just say that the rate of the properties going up is quicker and is going up greater than what your savings can catch up with how much you need. Then I say take the government grants. Now, the government grants, though, are ultra restricting. So if I'm talking to a business owner here who can be very, very successful, I say, fuck the grants. Don't use them. They restrict you too much. I'll explain why. Whereas if you're someone who's working a 9-to-5 job, you don't have any other business idea and your savings, it's really, really hard to save that first deposit. I say, fuck it, take the grants because guess what? Even if you were to buy a dud in Australia, you'll probably do it right. It is factually true that property doubles every 10 to 12 years in Australia. Now, I just want people to get their foot in the door for that first one because that's typically the hardest. You'll typically do it right even if you buy a dud, like I just said. So the government grants, the reason why they're really, really restricting is a couple of different ways. Number one is it typically means you have to live in the property for the first 12 months. That fucks you in multiple different ways. Number one, it now becomes, like I was telling you before, a liability. So it impacts your borrowing capacity so you can't move again. Number two, it means that you're then going to be emotional, you're forced to buy in an area localized to you, which means you're not typically looking in areas that are going to be higher growth. So you're not looking at the data. It's just more of an emotional purchase. So overall, it'll slow down your wealth. And number three, because you're going to live in it, you'll typically get emotional. And what you were saying before, I'm going to fix this now. I'm living in it. I'm going to spend doing this up, blah, 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 because I want to make it look nicer. It's a whole bunch of different reasons why. And the other main reason is majority of the grants at the moment are favored towards building a brand new property. So what you were asking me before, either buying a brand new built one or building it yourself. And again, when you're building or when you're buying off the plan, I fucking hate off the plan. Typically, they are charging you a profit on top. So like you're buying it at a higher cost than what you could buy an established house for. So, but again, if that's the only thing you can afford and get your foot in the door, then fuck it, do it.